What's up, guys? Back with another video. So, this is my review for Love, Victor, the TV series. I had originally planned on recording this on Thursday, but I was caught up in school, and I thought, okay, let me just drop it on Friday by the time I watch it. But then I got caught with stuff again, and then so much music dropping, so many assignments due. So here I am, Monday. Hopefully you guys have watched it. This was actually a lot better than Love, Simon the movie. First of all, set in my city, Atlanta, same location, but was filmed in LA. That makes more sense because I always kept asking, okay, it's set in Atlanta, how come we don't see Atlanta things? That's my little nitpick, but other than that, there's other stuff I want to talk about in regards to the show. So the show follows Victor as he adjusts to his new environment. His family moved from Texas to Atlanta, Georgia. New place, new school, kind of on the upper side. It's the same high school from the first movie. And he basically is struggling with his sexual identity. And this is kind of different from what we had in the movie. You had a classic, white guy, supportive family, nice friends, and him just trying to figure stuff out. Well, now you have this character who's kind of shy-ish in a very, religious Latinx family. And you have him trying to figure out what he really wants and who he really is. First off, the actor that plays Victor did an amazing job. The cast, I like the different range of the cast. First of all, Natasha from Insecure, I forgot she was in the movie. They had her on the show here too. I was like, girl, I just saw you on the Insecure finale. I'm like, yes, I get to see you again on here. But only for a couple of hours. But, yeah. So the overall storyline of the show, it goes in a span of, basically they move in the middle of the year. So probably around January, and it goes around that timeline. I'm glad they did one semester instead of like a whole year, because it's like, there's so much you can put in. With Victor, you kind of see him trying to figure himself out, but also trying to keep his family together. And I understand that with being the oldest, you feel like it's your burden to kind of be the leader at some point with your siblings or even just the whole family in general. You see Victor be the fixer when it comes to their family, when it's arguing. He puts himself before others, and sometimes he forgets about himself, and we see that throughout the series. And we find out some family tea as to why they moved. And I'm like, oh, I thought it was something else. I thought it had something to do with like immigration status. I thought it was something that they're going to explore in the show, since it's a Latinx family, because that is something to be discussed. I mean, we kind of got a little bit with the grandparents, but yeah, we got that. We also have, a little bit of Victor's family. I kind of wish we had a little bit more, but we had his grandparents come in. We kind of see the generational viewpoint in regards to, how progressive the world is in regards to sexuality and just, how kids are today versus how they were back then. Let me just get to the rest of the friend group. I don't want to say Felix. The guy upstairs who's Victor's friend, he's that classic nerdy guy who's also nice. He's pining after Mia's friend, Lake. Lake is that classic white girl that wants to be on the upper echelon of like popularity in a very small town. And her and old dude are one and the same. And I'm really glad they got together at the end of the season. Mia. Now Mia, we get a good chunk of her. With the movie, we didn't get to see a lot with like the love interest, but we get to see with Mia more, and I kind of wish we got a little bit more of Benji. With Mia, we see more of her home life and a little bit of her story in regards to her family and her dad being, a university president and basically, being a workaholic, not always there. And her never dating, and so her meeting Victor, that's the first time she's ever opened up to somebody. Who else? Andrew. First of all, I did not know the actor that plays Andrew was Cuba Gooding Jr.'s son, okay? I Googled him to figure out where he was from, because I felt like he was from like East Coast side. Turns out he's from LA, and Cuba Gooding Jr. is his dad. Like, I've been watching him on TV since Netflix Let It Snow. I had no idea that was Cuba was his daddy. Like, what? Like, damn, you got his dad's actor gene. You got your dad's actor gene, boy. Wow. He played the asshole so well. And the thing is, he wasn't an asshole majority of the time. Like, towards the second half, we saw that he, you know, has a decency chip on him. And he does want to be different than just a regular, you know, mean boy jock. And we find out him and Mia kind of running the same circles. And, you know, they're kind of the upper class blacks that, you know, have money but have their own problems. And I hope next season, if it does come out for season 2, which it should, I hope we see more kids who are not on, you know, the upper side of money. So, yeah, basically that's that. The family. Victor's mom, played by Anna Ortiz, from Ugly Betty and Devious Mates. Love her. Isabel, you know, she is just trying to be the best mom she can be for her kids, even though, you know, she is ridden with guilt over what she's done in the past. She wants to be a better person in regards to being a wife and a mother. And I was about to say Victor because that was his character. Victor's dad, I saw him on One Day at a Time, so that's why I was prone to calling him Victor, because that was his character name. He is on the progressive side, but he has that lingering homophobia a little bit. Like when Victor confronted his grandpa, his dad, and he was so proud of him, you know, he wished he could spoke up on that. He's like, I'm proud of you for standing up to your friends. You know, I'm all for it, you know, progressive and free love and all that. I just hope he has a slick comment. After we had all that progress, he had a slick comment saying, I just hope that doesn't happen to your brother, because he was playing with like an Elsa one. I'm like, why you gotta ruin that moment? You made him like stay in more. And let's just get to Victor overall. Victor, I understand him wanting to explore who he is. I felt bad. The more we got to know Mia, I felt bad for her because he was leading her on so much. He was in a relationship with her while he was pining over Benji, his coworker. We didn't really get a lot about Benji. All we know is that, you know, he has a boyfriend who is really doing it kind of those, like, I don't want to say offensively. He's one of those woke people that doesn't want to conform with society. And, you know, Benji, he's more of an empath. You know, he wants to be sincere and considerate with people. He's a gentle person. He's very caring. And, you know, Victor doesn't want to get too close. But whenever he starts to get close with Mia, he goes closer to Benji. And, you know, we have the road trip episode, and we get a little bit of more of Benji, and then something happens where kind of basically erupts the whole thing. And I'm just like, oh, Lord, this ain't good. This ain't good. And I'm mad that they didn't have a discussion over it on the way back and just let that whole thing kind of implode a little bit, and which also leads to Victor writing the letter. My God. Victor should never have wrote this letter. Oh my God. Also, the baby brother. He is so adorable, man. I wish we got more screen time with him. Anyway, the letter. So Victor wrote an apology letter to Benji. He labeled it on the front. He just said B. Thank God he didn't write the actual name. Pilar finds it, okay? Because Pilar, throughout this whole season, she's so bitter about basically moving from Texas. She's trying to stay in touch with her friends or her boyfriend. I'm like, girl, when you move, you gotta ties ain't gonna be that strong. If they're your real friends, they would have stayed in touch with you. If he was your real boyfriend, he loved you, he would have basically made it work. But it didn't. But anyway, back to the letter. She finds the letter trying to find a charger or extra cash. I don't know. She finds the letter. We then cut to I was about to say Spring Former because that's what Mia's dad said. Also, Mia's dad played by Mekhi Phifer. I'm like, look at you. Cause I just watched Soul Food last week, so I was like, look at you on like a hit on a series. All right. But we have the letter, and Victor's wondering if Benji read it. They're at the dance, and basically Benji confronts Victor in the bathroom, Here's my thing. If you're going to be talking about something to someone in private, check the freaking stalls first, okay? Because after Benji said, look, I forgive you, but I don't want to be around you, Andrew walks out. I said, oh, shit. I'm like, damn. And I'm like, Victor, you should not have wrote the letter. You should have taken into account that Benji wanted to keep it a distance, okay? You're pushing on him, okay? And that's the thing with Victor. He pushed stuff on people that he wants them to basically fix themselves in order for him to feel okay. That's not how stuff works, okay? The same thing with him running off to New York. It's like, bro, you can't make spontaneous decisions like this. And I'm going to talk about New York a little bit after, but oh my God. So Pilar asked the neighbor guy about the letter. And he's trying to make an alibi for him. And at this point, Victor's already come out to him. They had a great response. Great. Cool. So Pilar goes to Benji and asks. And the boyfriend's already wanted to leave. And the boyfriend connected the dots from the questions Pilar was asking. I was like, oh, fuck. Meanwhile, Victor's trying to get Andrew from not telling. Thankfully, Andrew's not that much of an asshole to out him, okay? He doesn't want to see Mia get hurt. Like the audience is saying. Then Benji boyfriend, he's about to leave. Victor's trying to plead his case. They walk off. He's sitting outside. And then Mia's looking for him. And I say, oh no, she's going to walk in. She's going to walk in on them. And Benji basically walks up to him and says, hey, I broke up with him. I want to give you a chance. They're kissing. And Mia walks in and sees them. I'm like, oh shit. Victor, this is what I was talking about. You're not considering other people's feelings. This is why I didn't want him to lead her on. Oh, even though I know that does happen. I feel bad for the people who got hurt in this situation. I really do. And I'm glad that Andrew didn't take Mia's invitation into the house, because acting on emotion, because she's acting on emotion before with him. And Andrew's like, look, I don't want to take advantage of you. You just need to take a breather. I don't want to be the rebound guy. I want to be the main guy. I'm like, okay, Andrew. I see a little bit of redemption for you in season 2. All right. Okay. But, also, shout out to Sophia Bush, okay? She secured her spot for next season. Y'all can watch the episodes to know what I'm talking about. This is the last part before I want to get to the rundown of it. So New York. Simon is in New York. Him and Victor have been communicating for like DMs and giving him advice. And I really like how they incorporated Nick Robinson into the series because his character Simon kind of like legendary around the school in regards to like him coming out and just him being like his declaration of love to his boyfriend, who are still together. They live in New York. They go to NYU. I'm like, I'm so glad they stay together. But then he decides to go to New York. I'm like, how do you go across country? I mean, across coast, if we're going to go technical geologically, for a whole weekend and your parents not find out. Bruh, I can't get away with going to a sleepover down the block. How do you get away with this at 16? Like, what? And so we have him with Simon's boyfriend. He has a whole bunch of people living in their apartment, including the guy from 13 Reasons Why, the poetry writer. I was like, okay, we got representation here. And, Victor's a little bit kind of like standoffish coming with like open himself up to him. And it's just like, you're in an environment where people are open about their sexuality, their identity, whether it be gay, queer, or trans. You're in an open space. And Victor starts to loosen up. And then he gets upset when one of the people mentioned some stuff with Benji. And then he realizes Simon has been talking to them. He feels like they're basically laughing at him. And the thing is, thankfully, Simon came in at the right time. And he said, look, I don't have the handbook on this. I mean, I know what it's like to be in the closet because that was me. I didn't have religious parents, but, a guy from the group did. I didn't have a girlfriend, but my current boyfriend did. And so Victor, I really liked episode 8 because Victor was able to confide in people and basically open up his show from what he usually is doing in regards to him wanting to be honest with himself. He needed to be honest with himself in regards to what he wanted versus with what he thought the world wanted from him. And I'm glad that he came out at the end of the season finale. He was hesitant on doing it because his parents are separating, but I'm glad he just said it out loud. I don't know if it's going to delay the separation, but I think as a family, we're going to see different reactions. I mean, you know, Pilar, you know, we saw her react when she thought that he was cheating on his girlfriend, but we don't know how. I don't know if he told her on the way or just when they sat down with their parents, but I'm just, it's going to be different reactions and emotions. Oh, you know what would be a good episode idea since they're only halfway through? Since Pilar is a year younger than Victor, she'll be turning 15, meaning she'll have a quinces. Meaning the family's going to be over. Oh, we about to have that. Oh, shoot, that'll be a good-ass episode. Oh, if anyone from Hulu is watching this, please write this down for season 2. Okay. Overall, I give the show an 8 out of 10. You know, I really liked it. The nitpicks, you know, you know, not being able to use the full extent of their location, as well as, okay, y'all, I'm checking the time. I have to go finish the discussion. I want them to dig a little deeper when it comes to, like, the side characters. I would also like for Victor to know what he really wants and also take into account people's other feelings. I would really like to see Mia's recovery from this. I know she's going to be pissed off for a while, but I hope she can forgive Victor. I don't want her hooking up with Andrew. I don't. I really don't. I want to see her kind of figure herself out and deal with the changes happening in her family instead of just giving herself a distraction. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, this review was everywhere, y'all. I haven't reviewed a series in a while, but you know, I'm looking forward to season 2. This show has been a hit. I know Disney was hesitant from releasing this thing in the first place, but you know, Hulu, it prevailed. I'm gonna do my renewed or canceled tomorrow. Let me know in the comments what series you want me to review next. I've had Queen Sono and Outer Banks on my list. Let me know if you guys still want me to review those. Those are kind of like, those came out like during the beginning of quarantine, so I don't know if people are going to watch my review. But, you know, I hope you guys like this one. Let me know in the comments what you want to see on the channel. Review-wise, reaction-wise, content-wise. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Shout out to everyone that's watched my review for season 3, episode 1 of The Shy. Y'all giving me great views on that. I haven't gotten views like that since I reviewed Star, so shout out to y'all for that. We're almost at 700 subscribers, y'all. We're almost there. Anyway, it's your girl. Peace out. My love. Have a great day. Bye.